Good afternoon, guys. James here from the Football Manager Whiz Kids. Now, before we go on with the second part of the Class of 92 experiment, we just want to send out our messages to the family of Steve Hatton. Now, if you don't know who Steve is, when myself and Martin created the page 3.5 years ago, Steve was with us. It was the three of us that created it, the three of us that started the Whiz Kids in the community. He was a massive part of that. Now, about 2 years ago he did leave, so he was with us for about 1.5 years. Now, he left because he's a big family guy, and of course he had work commitments and a lot of it, and he's not quite as young as the rest of us. He'd been playing Football Manager for well over 20 years anyway, or Football Manager and Championship Manager, should I say. But he was a big character, and suddenly on Friday he passed away, and we got messages from his daughter and his wife, and we're very sad to hear the news. He's a great guy, and he's going to be sorely missed in the community, but as personal friends to Martin and myself, we're going to miss him. Rest in peace, Steve, mate. I hope your family can get past, not past this, but get through this, and I hope they get better, and I know you'll be missed by a lot of people, and the community will miss you. The Whiz Kids will miss you, and a lot of messages came in from random people, nice guys, but it's a sad thing to read. Rest in peace, pal. Okay, guys, the Class of 92 experiment, the follow-up season, part 2, with Manchester United and the famous bunch. How did they get on in season 2? Well, as you can see up here, they finished 4th in the Premier League again. Man City winning the title, Liverpool 2nd, Arsenal 3rd, Manchester United 4th, Chelsea 5th, manager has been sacked. Anyway, even more breaking news, Sir Alex Ferguson has resigned from his reign and resigned from football after 2 seasons at the club being back, and he is no longer around. So who's going to guide these youngsters next season? I'm not sure. You will find out in part 3. But for now, we're going to get to the players, see if any of them's broke through, see how they're getting on. So as we know, none of them, although being young enough, are in the under 18 squad. They've all been promoted to the under 21 squad. So let's go and see how they got on. So first up, Gary Neville. How has the Sky Sports presenter now got on, aged 18? Well, as you can see, he got capped under 19 in the last video. His values went up another 200k to 750k, and his wages went up big time. He has made almost 10 grand on his wages in 2 seasons, and he's got a contract to 2018, and I only gave them a 2-year contract, so things are looking good for Gary Neville. How did he get on this season? Well, he actually made 9 appearances in the league, 3 sub-appearances, while 7.12, very respectable average. That is more than handy, making 5 appearances in the cup and getting a 7.60 average in the process of that. So, overall his appearances, 16 starts, 6 subs, 1 goal, 5 assists, 3 player of the match, 7.27 average, while being a regular in the reserves, picking up 31 appearances and a 7.82 average. Gary Neville was looking a very fine player, being allocated the number 45 shirt, and he looks like he's going to progress well. So, let's go on to the next one, guys. Nicky Butt. Let's see how the defensive midfielder has got on. His value is still pretty much the same. His wages went up slightly, of course, capped at England under 19 level, allocated the number 48 shirt. He only made 2 sub-appearances in the league, getting a 6.5 average, so he hasn't really progressed much, guys. But he has been a major player in the reserves, picking up 31 appearances, 5 goals, 6.96 average. I would like to see him progress next season, because if he doesn't, I fear he could be the first one to get the cut from the famous class of 92. So the next one we're going to look at is David Beckham. Now, I've already looked at Beckham, and it's sad to say, guys, he has not progressed. His value is similar, his wages slightly increased, and he's only got 1 year left on his contract, and he's not been capped at any level at England. So This is looking pretty average for David Beckham anyway. 0 in the league, 2 appearances in the cup, 1 appearance as a sub in the cup, 1 goal, 2 assists, 7.5 average. It just seems like when he has played in those 3 appearances he's done well. But as you can see, 57 appearances in the reserves, 12 goals, 41 assists. Oof! That is almost an assist a game. 18 player of the matches and a massive 8.04 average. So under 21 level for an 18-year-old, he is a major player, but he just can't cut it. Maybe with a new manager, maybe he will get promoted to the first team. Allocated the number 43 shirt. So Ryan Giggs, the next one. This is an interesting one, guys. So he started off with 0 caps for the Welsh team, for the first team should I say. Now has 3 caps, 15 grand a week, and given a massive contract to 2020, and he is valued at £3 million. This is huge. So in the league he only made 6 appearances, 2 starts, 4 subs, and got 1 goal, 6.88 average. In the cup he got 6 appearances, all starts, 1 goal, 6.90 average. Again, 38 appearances in the reserves, 14 goals, 90 assists, 1 player of the match, and a 7.58 average. Allocating number 47 shirt is the Welsh international Ryan Giggs. The Ginger Maestro, let's see how Paul Scholes got on. Allocating the number 46 shirt, as you can see clearly there. Capped at under 19 level like last time. Value still pretty much the same. Being given a contract to 2019. So apart from Beckham, it looks like the rest of the guys have been given an extra contract. So it's been interesting to see where they go when a new man comes in. And I am very interested to see who they will bring in. £5,750 a week, so that's an increase. 21 appearances, or 32 in all appearances in the reserves, 5 goals, 5 assists, 1 player of the match, and 6.92 average. In the league, you got 1 start, 3 sub appearances, 6.60 average. So again, it's not a lot happening with Paul Scholes, should I say. So we will move on. Now the one that has not just played for the first team, but he's progressed big time to the first team. So much so that he's actually there and not in the under 21s. Probably the one, other than Nicky Butt, you'd least expect to make it. That's right, guys. Phil Neville, Mr. Versatile. Allocated number 44 shirt, contract to 2018, 6.5 grand, and he's been given 5 England under 21 caps and a 700k value, 6,500 wage per week. So 55, 60 appearances and 3 goals, 10 assists, 6 player of the match, a dirty 11 yellow cards and 1 red, 7.3 average in the reserves, but 6 starts in the cup. And okay, he only made 1 sub appearance in the league, but he is in the first team. He is not being put in the under 21s. While he's been playing there, he is in the first team. So we'll go to Manchester United and see the system. I'm pretty sure all would fit in. Let's see how they're doing. So the senior tactics. There you go. Obviously the season's finished, so we're all the way now. But at right back here, number 45, Neville. So it says that he started last game, unless it was, I don't know why he would be there if he didn't start. But it doesn't show that he started, so I don't quite understand that. Oh, that's not Phil Neville. That's Gary Neville that's been called up the last game. Ah, so he must have been brought up to the first team, then dropped back to the under 21s pretty quickly. So as you can see, Phil Neville down here, so he was basically backup. Wow, okay, so I didn't see that. So anyway, it would be great to see them all start. You'd have Gary Neville here, Phil Neville either centre midfield, centre back or left back, Butt and Scholes in the middle, Beckham on the right, Giggs on the left. What a dream that would be. But as I say, guys, the ones that have progressed have to be Gary Neville's done quite well, Phil Neville's done okay, Ryan Giggs has done very well in terms of the contract, the wage, and the value. Beckham, Nicky Butt, they haven't done so well. I would expect Beckham to progress, definitely. Nicky Butt looks like the one that's not going to do anything. But a new manager next season, what is going to happen? What is actually going to happen? I'm very interested to see who will come in. So yeah guys, that's the Class of 92, the follow-up season, part 2, done and dusted. Now part 3 will come probably Thursday, I would think. Thursday evening I reckon I can have part 3 done, dusted and out to you. So now I can get back to playing my Red Bull Leap Zig Save. So check out my YouTube channel, check out our page at the Football Manager WizKids, or check us out on Twitter, the FM WizKids. So just before we go, I've just noticed this message in the inbox. Diego Simeone, Laurent Blanc, Jurgen Klopp and Emery from Sevilla are the favourites for the Manchester United job. Very interesting. Let's see if any of those players can make our Class of 92 superstars what they can be. Laurent Blanc, ex-Man United, he could be the ideal choice. We'll have to wait and see. For now guys, the Class of 92, the follow-up season, part 2, done. It will be released in about 5 minutes on YouTube. Thank you. Bye bye.